What is going on, everybody? Man, it has been way too long. I am fired up. I've been on the road, ready to rock and roll. And I got something special for you guys today. I got a little presentation for y'all today that I've been really spending a lot of time thinking about, that I have spent a lot of time on. And I'm very, very excited to go through and share some cool stuff with you guys. First and foremost, want to make sure that we are live and we're good. All right, I can see the comments. They just changed everything up on here. So what's up, Dano? How are you? All right. Yeah, they changed the back end here. Live. What's up, Dan? I love it. Cool. So today, guys, I'm going to be sharing. Mitch, what's up, Mr. Conquer? I DM'd you back, bro. We need to talk. Today I'm going to be talking about some really, really impactful stuff. And I say that because these are all things that I wish I would have understood and known 6 years ago when I was really beginning my journey. I've had a lot of time to reflect and think, and a lot of plane travel recently. I've been on the plane every week for, 4 weeks in a row. And I've spent a lot of time thinking about, crossing the $10 million mark and what that means, and wanted to really be able to share that with you, partly for you, but also partly for me. I like to keep records of all of these things. What are the most important lessons learned, so I can always stay true and stay rocking with them. So when you jump on, say what's up. I see a bunch of people popping in here. I love it. I got some really cool stuff for you guys to share today. I'm actually got a presentation for y'all. Okay. And with that being said, if you guys are good, Ashley, Glenn, I'll see you in a couple weeks, brother. Can't wait. Go Cowboys. I saw your message. Go. How about them Cowboys, man? Is Dak Prescott the best quarterback in the NFL? I don't know. But what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to share with you guys the top 5 lessons and the lessons that we've learned generating $10 million in revenue. Okay. And I have spent a lot of time really thinking about this and what are the top 5 lessons? What could I share? If I was talking to any entrepreneur, because you guys know I consult and I work with, hundreds of you guys some of you guys in, our masterminds, and some of you guys in our consulting programs, and also people in this group and people I talk with and meet at ClickFunnels events, things like that. And my goal is always to decipher the information and make your path a little bit easier than mine was, and hopefully help you guys see around some corners. So I spent a lot of time thinking about this stuff. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to pull up my pointer here. Now, a lot of you guys know my story. I'm going to be quick on this, but I think it's very important because we have a lot of new group members. The first thing that I need to share with you guys is that 10 years ago, all right, I had failed out of multiple universities. I had massive substance abuse issues, everything under the sun that is related to drugs, and not just alcohol, drugs and alcohol. A lot of issues. At one point, I had 3 arrests in 18 months, including a DUI, all for public intoxication in one form or another. So I wasn't like stealing or anything. It was all intoxication, right? A lot of substance problems. Here's a picture that I think kind of summarizes it. You can see I'm sleeping on like a concrete floor. This bed is on the floor, and there's a box of Coors Light literally right next to my head, so that in the morning when I wake up, I could have a beer, right? Now, this was not the best times. I had some fun back then, but let's just say I had no real skill sets. Nothing that would have told anyone that we've been able to accomplish what we've been able to accomplish, right? And I share this with you because it doesn't matter where you're coming from, whether you feel that you're Mensa level genius or that you're not that smart, or whether you've had substance abuse issues in the problem, or you've struggled with school or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? The lessons I'm going to share with you what matters. So I started getting my stuff together. And for some of you guys, you know that I used to worked in the NBA and the NFL. I worked for the Sacramento Kings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, I'm still a Buccaneers fan. And no, it's not just because of Brady, which is awesome. I've been a Bucs fan since I was out there. I learned a ton, grew up a ton back during these days. However, there came a time where it was time to leave. And I share this part about you because I think that this is, for some of you guys watching this, you are holding on to careers, jobs, or some other idea of life and whatever that is holding you back from what you could be. So the whole time I was working my way up in sports, I ended up being a top sales rep in the NFL. I was a top rep in the NBA as well, but in the NFL. And I always felt deep down that there was something more that could be done, that I was built for something more. And there was nothing against any of my people in the NFL. I just spoke with, the chief one of the directors and VPs and chief technology officers last week, one of my mentors, right? I love them, love those guys. But I wanted to go out and be my own boss and in charge of my own thing. And that's why most of you here want, right? You've got this, right? And some of you guys might be holding on to things that are holding you back. And for me, I just had to cut all ties. And I literally, after one conversation in December of, it was December/January of 2014. Okay. 2014 was when my business partner, Ben, flew out, and Ben is this guy right here. He flew out and to Florida to celebrate, right, for New Year's. And we were drinking, and he was like, I need a sales guy, and I want to start a business. And I was like, you know what? My commissions aren't high enough. I want more out of life. Let's do it. So within 3 weeks of that conversation, I actually quit and moved, right? And while this isn't a top lesson learned, I will tell you right now that the ability to make decisions quickly and move forward is absolutely, absolutely important in order to grow as an entrepreneur and grow in business, right? But I moved across the country with no money, massive amounts of debt, no knowledge of online marketing, internet marketing, any of that type of stuff, right? But I will share, and this is where I want to get started in my top 5 lessons learned. And I promise you guys, you stick with me here. Like you're going to get some amazing stuff from this. Like what I'm about to share, I wish so much that I knew years ago. Okay. And I'm downloading my app on here because I can't see, or the Facebook app, because I can't see the comments right now. But as that's going, there was one thing that the reason why I had the opportunity to move across the country and my business partner, approached me because he'd started a previous business, was because I had become good at one thing, and that was sales. Okay. I was a top sales rep in the NFL. I made 50,000 cold calls over a 4-year period, and I learned a lot about sales. So I had that skill set going for me, and that's why I had the opportunity. And the number one lesson that I have learned in regards to building business and really acquiring money, and this is something that I want everybody to absolutely pay attention to. Like, this is what they fucking need to teach you in college, not the crap that they do, right? They need to teach you this. Your ability to acquire skills is going to have the direct impact on how much money you make in life and what you're able to do, right? And you need to be very deliberate, and you need to be smart in how you stack those skills, okay? So the single most important concept in earning potential is literally what skill sets did you acquire, right? And bonus points, and I'm going to give some examples here in a moment. It's focused on value-based skill set acquisition, right? So that's sales, marketing, things that bring in money. Now I want to talk about something called skill stacking. There's a few other places where you can go, and Tom Biley talks about this. Hermosi's talked about this. But this is something that I have seen firsthand that is dramatically important in life. And this is where I want you guys to listen up. And what that means is the skills that you stack on top of each other will have exponential growth on your ability to grow your income. Right? So let's pretend this blue line right here was just me getting really good at sales and just getting better and better at sales, right? I'd grow and I'd be able to sell more. But what I did, and what I've really, really focused on the last 2.5 years, and I've been extremely strategic about, is stacking skills on top of another. So the first skill that I learned was sales. The next skill that I learned was marketing. Okay. Right? Funnels, how to build a funnel, how to go see what's working, what's not. The next skill that I really stacked on top of that was copywriting. The next skill after that was product creation and client management, client communication. The next skill on top of that I created was the ability to recruit and train and hire. And then I got the ability to read financial numbers. And now I can put teams together, right? And now I can, put training programs together. And now I can consult, right? And so like all of these things are stacking on top of each other exponentially, right? Like as opposed to if each one was individual. I hope that makes sense, right? My ability putting sales together gave me one level of income earning potential. Combining that with sales and copywriting and marketing where I could generate my own leads, that gave me another income potential earning. Being able to then build my own products allowed me to become an entrepreneur and start new products, new creation. And now I can generate my own leads. I can close those leads and I can build products. And then if you can scale and replace yourself on the sales side, it exponentially goes up. So I hope you guys get that, right? And this isn't just relevant to marketing sales. That happens to be my path, right? And now I'm focusing on investments and how do I take the money and grow it in real estate and, NFTs, cryptocurrency, that type of stuff, right? Stacking these skills together lead to exponential returns, right? And this can be done in many different ways. It's not just sales and marketing, right? I'm gonna give you guys another example. Let's say that you don't want to sell and you're against sales. That's fine, whatever. If you are a copywriter, you're going to get one level of pay, right? If you are a copywriter who also can understand and build funnels and do the technical side of it, you're going to get another level. If you're a copywriter who can build funnels and then you can also get your own leads, right, inbound from ad buying, then you're going to get another skill. And then if you can train and hire other copywriters, it's going to be worth even exponentially more. Right. So you've got a skill stack. And honestly, you've got to do these things in order, right? Like I wouldn't be able to scale and build sales teams or recruit and build sales teams if I would have skipped getting good at sales, right? So like, I cannot stress this enough. This is the number one thing that I wish that I would have known and really strategically thought about. And every single year at the beginning of the year, I actually get together and I write down in my notes, what skills do I want to acquire this year? And I'm very deliberate about this, right? So I recommend you do as well. And it looks like I can't check the comments real quick. I also want to make sure we're still live and going here. So 1 second. You guys can see my beautiful face. Okay. Boom. We got James. What's up, Chris? Awesome. We got a bunch of people. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. Going back to the screen. We are still live. I'm flying blind here. So, all right. Acquiring skill sets. Next. Okay. Here's just some skill sets to focus on. If you're unsure, right? Because look, at the end of the day, anything that brings in money by its very nature is going to make you more money. It's going to be more valuable, period. Right? I'll tell you right now, the things that I value most in my businesses is the ability to bring in revenue. And same with anyone else, right? Product design and product creation is right behind that. And kind of they're actually one and the same. But like things like operations or, accounting or whatever, like they can be really good. And don't get me wrong, you can make money with those, but like understand that, understand that not all skills are equal. And this is what they also should teach you in college, but they don't. So here's some that can be really, really powerful, right? Sales, obviously, copywriting, there's my latest pointer. Coding is obviously super important right now. Software development, team building is enormous. Financial analysis, communicating with clients and handing clients back ends, speaking, brand building, follower creation, et cetera, right? Those are just some that are really valuable. So when you're actually looking at what you want to do in business in your life, like what skill sets do I need to get me where I need to go? I have recently realized that what I need to build and get better at is building and developing leaders. Okay. So like in order to get my company to where I want to, okay, to $1 million a month and beyond, I need to be able to develop and build sales managers, right? I can get sales reps in here. I can get them closing deals. I can hire and recruit, but I don't have anyone who can go out there and recruit and do that part for me. So that's where I'm currently working on, right? Managing and developing leaders. I've already, gone through, and we could always get better at managing and bringing in team members, but developing leaders. Okay. All right. Let's move on to number 2. This one, I can't stress enough. All right. Investing in mentors, books, courses, all that stuff. I've probably read, and I'm not exaggerating here, 800 books. I've listened to thousands of hours of free YouTube content. I've listened to everything Earl Nightingale has, Tony Robbins, Ed Mylett, Andy Frisell, all those guys. And I've directly spent an enormous sum of money in the last couple of years, nearly 6 figures per year on coaches, programs, one-on-one training, all that. And it all started with investing this guy right here, who I'm pretty sure, give me a 1 in the box. So let me know if you know who this is. We know who this is, right? It's our guy. It's our man, Billy G, right? Billy Jean is marketing. Now, I didn't have $1,000 when I first gave the $1,000 to Billy Jean. This is when we were first starting the business. Okay. I didn't have the $1,000. I had to borrow it. I had to raise the money. Okay. I had to borrow it. And I got the money because I was impassioned. I'm like, this is it. This is what's going to be. And guess what? I only learned one thing from that program, but that one thing revolutionized my entire life. Okay. Technically there was 2 things, but one thing revolutionized everything for me. And within, let me do my math there. Within 6 months of hiring or paying Billy for his $1,000 clicks into customers course, like the original course, if anyone was in, I know some people from the original course in there, we were doing 30K a month. Within 10 months, we were doing 100K a month, right? Before that we were at $0, $1,000 gave him, right? And since then I've given money to all kinds of people. Like I've given a lot of money to this guy right here, and I'm coming to UPW in November. If anyone's going to, be out here in Florida, let me know. I've given this guy an enormous sum of money, and we met every month one-on-one with Sema, my fiance here, for a long time. Learned a ton about marketing from him. I've given this guy the most money, Alex Becker. He's taught me more about sales, marketing, than anyone else. We're getting John Logar. We got Gary Vee. We got Sharfin. And there's many more that I didn't have pictures of. But like, understand that investing in mentors was one of the best things that I've ever done. It will save you so much time and money, right? Investing in mentors and doing what they say will save you years and so much money in what you're doing. And there's something, Russell Brunson always talks about this, and I found it to be very true. Because some people are like, oh, well, can't you just learn everything for free on YouTube? It's like, yeah, you honestly, you could learn a lot of stuff. Not everything, that's for sure. And it depends on your skills, right? And where you need to be. Sometimes, I'm at a point now where I need to have one-on-one conversations that, are context-based, not black and white. But when you're getting started, sure, you can find it on YouTube. But here's the thing, and Russell Brunson says this beautifully. people who pay attention. They're focused. They're engaged on the product, right? He tells a story all the time about how he's given away his $50,000 a year. He's invited people to his $50,000 a year masterminds, and they've given the spots for free, and those people have done nothing. And we all know the results. Well, maybe if you don't, the results that have come from his $50,000 a year inner circle are insane, right? And I've seen this as well. People who just don't take the free advice, they just don't do anything with it. Okay, so investing in mentors has been enormous. Okay, now let's get into business. Let's get into tactics, right? Those are two things that I think are really, really big. And you notice how I didn't start with some magical tactic or building skill set, or I'm sorry, some magical tactic or strategy or business model. Like it was skill set creation, having mentorship. Unbelievably important, right? And it's also really important you get the right mentor, right? And honestly, in life, guys, back to this, concept of mentors, in life, I have a rule. I will not listen to anybody's opinion on anything if they are not getting the results that I currently want, right? I'm not going to listen to the overweight individual at the gym who's telling me that I should eat keto. Maybe keto is a good idea, but I'm just not going to listen to him, right? I'm not going to listen to family members or friends or parents even, hey, you should do this with your money. You should invest that, right? Like I love my mother to death, but if it was up to her, I'd still be working for the Bucks making, $70K a year or something like that, like love her to death, but she was not very happy when I left the NFL, right? So understand that who you're around and who you listen to is extremely important. And that means not listening to people around you. Okay. Most of us have what I call civilians in their life, friends, things like that. Right. And these civilians, if you haven't noticed, they talk differently. They focus on different things than us on psychopath entrepreneurs do. Right. And it's really important not to get caught up into what people say because everyone has a fucking opinion on everything. And most people don't know shit about anything. Right. And so be very careful who you're actually getting advice from. If they're not getting the result that you want, then don't listen to them. And I have a rule for that. Right. Like somebody gave me some advice on whole life insurance. They're like, well, yeah, you shouldn't do whole life. It's it's a scam and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, literally all the richest people on the planet use whole life insurance as an investment vehicle. They just don't understand why I would be looking to use it. I'm like, so I'm not going to accept that blanket advice. So always do your homework and be very careful. This is especially true in today's age where everyone just spouts off opinions. So who you hang out with and who you're around, both from a mentorship level, as well as who you hang out with from a friend and community level is super important. Okay. Number 3, solve a real problem for your client. Okay. So at the end of the day, guys, business is simple. It's literally just solving problems. Okay. The bigger the problem solved, the more money you're going to make. Why is Bezos a bazillionaire? Because he was able to transfer an impossibly complex task with shipping and all the, shipping and getting things to your home in 2 days, right? Which normally takes like a week or 2 weeks. You can do it in 2 days because it's solving a problem, speed, right? If you think about it, all a business is just solving a problem. That's it. So you need to reframe the way that you view problems. When you have problems arise in your life, whether they're in your business or in your regular life, you look at them as opportunities like, what would it be like if we could solve this? More money, right? And so when you get started in business, chances are you get an idea from, a course or a program, or maybe you have your own idea, whatever, and you're able to solve one part of a problem, but that's going to lead to more problems for your client. So solve more of those problems, right? Like you want to, at the end of the day, solve all of your clients' problems. Like you need to understand their problems are your problems. In our space, we have a tremendous problem with lead handling, right? For local businesses, lead handling is their kryptonite. They all say they're great at it, but then they come back and say all the Facebook leads suck and they're not interested and not ready to buy, That's your problem, right? Your job isn't to just generate leads. Your job is to make sure they make money. Now that could be you starting your own appointment setter floor or starting your own DM floor or getting a consultant and consulting them how to hire and train and put people on staff. Right? Those are all things that we do. Like we actually do a lot of consulting with our clients to make sure that they're scheduling properly and they're able to actually get people in the door. Right. And we'll also even help them recruit, hire, and train this stuff. Solve all your clients' problems, their problems, your problems, right? You need to look at problems as massive opportunities. Okay. Massive opportunities. They might frustrate you. Where's the slippage in your product? Where's the slippage in your workflow? Look for that. That's huge problem opportunities, right? You need to obsess over your client results, right? Like, here's the thing, especially in the agency world, and especially when we're in the market that we're in, right? I know that if I make our client money, there's a 99% chance that he's going to stay with us. Yes, some people might leave because of customer, support or whatever, right? But if I make my client money, he's going to stay. So that's the obsession. Nothing else matters. what do I need to do in order to ensure that they make money? How do I need to structure my ad? Do I need to have quiz funnels on the ad? Do I need to do the automations for them? Do I need to call the leads for them? Do I need to train them how to close the leads? Do I need to, only get certain types of insurances in there? Whatever, right? There's a lot of different ways you go about this, but you've got to obsess over client results, right? And it's not just for agency owners. It's not just about generating the leads or putting up a pretty website. Like if they don't make money, they don't have money to pay you. And I straight up just tell our clients that. I've moved to a very mathematical, business consulting oriented process where I basically just say, like, we're going to make you money and you're going to stay, or we don't make money. And I don't want that because I want to make money. You good with that? I've been on a lot of sales calls recently because I'm training some new sales guys and we're kind of restructuring some of our staff. And I'm very blunt about that. Very blunt. Right? So you need to obsess over your client results and also the speed in which you can get clients results, right? We can go super deep in this. And if you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll take questions at the end, right? So you just need to obsess over how to solve your clients' problems. Okay. Now let's talk about number 4. And honestly, this optimization never ends because if you think about it from lead until a lead closes, there is a many different stages that you can optimize and improve that we can talk about. Number 4. Good team members. In order to scale, you must have good team members, right? In order to get anywhere big in life, you need a team and you need to be able to create leverage, right? Recruiting, hiring, training, managing. These are all skill sets. Like no one's ever a born manager. I'll tell you guys right now, managing is not an easy thing for me to do and get really good at, right? It's just not because I'm not the most organized, detail-oriented person. I am a salesman. I am a creative thinker. I'm a visionary. And so the direct managing that needs to take place to make sure details and attention details, it's not my best skill set. But I need to be able to find the managers. And I also need to be able to set the systems in place for what they need to be looking at on a daily basis, right? So don't shy away from this. I shied away from this for a long time, to be completely honest with you. And the reason why is because people are fucking difficult. The amount of times I've said, well, if it was me, I'd just do this. Of course, if it was me, I would crush it, right? Like, but that's why I'm the one. That's why I'm the boss. That's why I'm the owner. That's why I'm in charge. I wouldn't hire me because I wouldn't work for me, right? And so people are difficult, right? And scaling people is extremely hard. It's why people always talk about, get into SaaS, do this, right? Scaling people is a very difficult thing to do. And that's what we have to do with our agency services. Okay. But it can be done with the right recruiting, hiring, training, and systemized process, right? Like the reason why everyone wants to automate all, low level and low skilled employees is because they do fuck shit up. It's very difficult. High churn rates. People make a lot of mistakes. People have all kinds of mental problems. People are extremely checked out, which is why it's even more important in today's day and age that you spend time focusing on this stuff, right? Even something as small as interviewing is a skill. A lot of people dread interviews. Like, I hate interviews. I'm scared, or, they're boring, they're dragging us. I used to feel this way, right? But now I'm obsessed with the recruiting, hiring, and training aspect. Like I get so detailed in my SOPs and my, my systems for onboarding new sales reps and marketers and that type of stuff. Because what I found is one A player can quite literally change your life, right? Early on, we had the blessing of getting a masterful A player on our team. He came in from sales and he was amazing. And he made a ton of money with us and we all made a ton of money together. And looking back on this particular individual who, if you ever watch this, you'll know who you are, you're a sales guy. He ended up getting a better opportunity. He was making like $250,000 a year working with me. I thought there was no way he was going to go anywhere. $250,000 a year, right? He found a better opportunity. Left. Okay. But the time he was there, it revolutionized everything, right? A players can quite literally and 100% change your life. Okay. And they really are worth 5 B players, right? Like I was listening to a Hermosi podcast, the Alex Hermosi podcast the other day, and I couldn't have agreed more with this, where he's like, most people like don't do anything at all productive. Like they're working. And honestly, this could be you. I'll be dead straight with you. This could be you. If you're not getting where you want to get as an entrepreneur, and you're not seeing the results, you could be busy, but not actually doing anything. There is a big difference between doing anything, moving the needle, and being busy. Okay. B players and C players find ways to be busy, but they don't get results. They don't drive change. They don't drive results. They don't drive outcomes. Right. So you need to drive outcomes. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't care how busy you are. What result did you bring? right? And one A player is literally 5 B players, right? And honestly, most people don't do anything, and it's very frustrating. And then you sit back and as a whole, the country is is oh, I just need to be paid more money and blah, blah. And then you walk into any local store and everyone's on their phone, and, the people at the restaurant aren't even paying attention to you, or at the retail store, they don't even look up. And it's just like, my God, like you're not even trying, right? So if you find good team members, keep them, cultivate them. Looking back, I could have been much better at growing this individual and giving him more into the insights of our company, as opposed to just having him stay in sales. He absolutely should have been involved in marketing, product design, everything there looking back. I didn't know everything in hindsight, right? Which I'm sharing with you. If you get an A player, if you got a stud on your team, keep them, pay them, take care of them. They are very, very rare. All right. Very rare. Right. And on top of that, one bad hire can suck months and so much money away from you. It can also scar you from ever wanting to hire again. Right. So take your time with hiring. Okay. Take your time, interview multiple times, interview multiple people, know what you're looking for, write out job ads, templates, description of the person that you're looking for. Spend some time thinking about this stuff. Also something that I could do an entire live about if you guys are interested in, because I've been spending an enormous amount of time thinking about this, especially the last 4 or 5 months. Right. And to scale, you must obsess over recruiting, right? Recruiting, training, onboarding, and at the end of the day, assembling talent. All of us who get into this game have this vision of being the entrepreneur and putting things together. And to be frank, the entrepreneur, there's really two types. There's the crazy visionary Elon Musk type who are just fucking, freaks of nature. And then there's entrepreneurs who are insanely good at assembling talent. They can identify opportunities in the marketplace, right? They see something like, oh, hey, regenerative medicine is a big deal. Let's put together a team and go attack that. And they're able to assemble the talent, and they're able to go out there and bring something to market by putting talent together, right? And that's really where we all want to get to. But first, you need to understand what good talent looks like, which means you need to develop your skill sets. You need to become good at some shit that makes you money so you can have the income to go out there and assemble a talent, right? It's all in phases. It all takes place in chunks, right? As you're going through year by year, right? And 4B is join a community. I talked briefly about this earlier, but it has to do with good team members. You've got to join a community. You've got to interact. Make posts in this group, talk with people. 90% of my best friends these days are marketers, agency owners in the game somehow, some way, coaches, course creators, whatever, right? Almost everybody that I talk to on a regular basis is in the game outside of my cousin, they're all marketers. And it's because I joined all those masterminds. I joined all those groups. I joined all the Facebook groups. I interacted. I reached out. I talked with people. I go to the live events. I went to ClickFunnels last week. 2 weeks before that, I was at Alex Becker's in Austin, right? I'm always going to talk with people. You want to do this because you need to be around other business owners if you're going to make it. Because again, civilians don't think the same way that we do. They don't understand. They don't get it, right? People like us, we don't turn off, right? We get anxiety on vacation. We're I want to be working. I want to be doing this. People don't understand that. And that's okay. No one has, most people aren't you have to be kind of a psychopath to want to be an entrepreneur, to be completely honest, but you also need to be around other people who get it, right? And so join your communities, right? It's super important that in this game, and because it's the same thing with community as well as team members, you need to have people to help take some of the pressure off and help get you through the rough times. Because there will be rough times. It will be difficult. And it helps a ton when you have a big community that you can count on or reach out to. I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to someone, hey, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? Right? So join the community, interact, talk. Also give. If you're at the same level of people, give them value. Honestly, I give away so much stuff and I share things with people because I know that if I ever need a favor in return, they'll reach back out, right? And I don't do it only for the favor, but I do it because I want to get social, what's it called? Social currency, right? You really can build that up by being very giving. Okay. Number 5, how are we doing? You guys here? What's good? Anybody got any questions so far? Anything like that? Let me jump in here. Let me make sure the comments, nothing too crazy. All right. Rishi, yes. Can you tell me which skill sets are important? All things being equal, Rishi, sales and marketing, my man. Sales and marketing. All things being equal. That's what I would focus on. Copywriting, sales skills, phone sales, right? One or the other. You don't have to be good at all. It's kind of rare to be good at both. But anything that brings in money is where I would focus, right? Now, if you're more technical by nature and you're a coder, you can make a ton of money being a CTO and a technology officer and that type of stuff, in which case you want to learn how to manage developers and develop and all that type of stuff. But all things being equal, as an entrepreneur, if you're starting your own business, you got to be good at sales and marketing. It makes your life so much fucking easier. So much easier. I can't tell you how many times being amazing at marketing and sales has saved my ass and saved our company's asses. Okay. So number 5, take personal responsibility. Okay. A lot of you guys have heard this one before, but I'm going to say it again because as I have conversations with individuals who are outside of the entrepreneurial space, and I just listen at, events and weddings that I've gone to this summer, a lot of weddings, by the way, a lot of weddings were not happening last year that are now happening. So it's been crazy busy the last few weeks, but you got to take personal responsibility, right? And the moment that you accept responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you gain the power to change anything in your life. This is so unbelievably powerful, right? And it's why I cringe so hard when I see the celebratory victim mentality that is currently plaguing the social media and younger generation, right? Just the victim mentality is crazy. Like it's like people are in a race to see who's the biggest victim, and I'm just like, that's never going to help anything. You're not going to solve anything, like at all. Fact of the matter is, people start at different positions. Sometimes people have different skill sets. Sometimes people have better advantages. People who are tall and attractive, they have it better in life, period. Right? And it doesn't just come based off of skin color, name, or anything like that. Like everyone starts at a different level. The point is, what are we going to do about it? No one, and me especially, is not saying that people don't have inherent advantages and disadvantages. They absolutely do. Nothing is more important than what zip code you're born in. Nothing. Right? If I'm at zip code right here where I am in Boca Raton, if they're born where I'm at, like I'm on the water over here, doesn't matter what race, where you come from, like you're going to be infinitely better off than some of the people and cousins I have down in Fresno, California that are out in the sticks, right? In Turlock and some of those areas where they're living in trailer parks and homes and they have, impoverished, mentalities and all that type of stuff, right? So like your income, your zip code absolutely matters 100%. Okay. But if you're watching this and we're here, understand that you are where you are. Some people are better at sales. Some people are more naturally gifted at copywriting. Some people are smarter than other people, right? Look for your own personal attributes that you can go out there and crush with and get after it, right? Because no one's going to deny that there isn't inherent opportunities, right? Or some people don't have better advantages. The real question is what's now what? What are you going to do about it? What's next, right? Life isn't fair. We've learned that a long time ago. My parents divorced when I was 3, bankruptcy, all that stuff, right? Like, it's not like I come from, like any of that stuff. I remember going to my dad's house and, there was like no furniture in his apartment and all that stuff. And I was like 4 years old and shit happens, right? I also had substance abuse problems and addiction problems, blah, blah, blah. I could be like ADD, whatever, right? We all have them. Doesn't matter. Nobody cares. There's a thing on my phone, literally, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but it literally says, nobody cares, work harder, right? That's literally on my phone background because it's just how I feel. Even at this point, like I work more and more effectively and I love the game more now than I even did years ago, right? So don't blame shit outside your control. Focus on what you can control and get after it, right? And I've got this as a bonus here because this is really important. This kind of ties back to number 3. And I know these lessons have been on quite a few different topics here, but like, here's the last thing, right? You must have a good business model, right? Solving a real problem in the marketplace. Like it's really important that you actually do have this, right? And I'm blessed because we're solving real problems with helping people acquire customers in the medical space. They spend a ton of money on this. The agency space is an amazing opportunity. It's amazing, amazing read. Okay. So with that being said, I want to take any other questions or anything like that before I switch gears here a little bit. Boom, Alex. Love it. Dano, awesome. Glad you're getting some good stuff, man. I'm about to share some really cool stuff as well. Alex, for sales and marketing, honestly, it's whatever one. Personally, I think phone sales is the most important. If you never want to be hungry again, learn how to sell over the phone and learn how to sell voice to voice. I don't think that's going anywhere. I think it's actually going to get more important here as we move forward, even though we are moving to a technology-based world. And that's because like, nobody knows how to fucking communicate anymore. Like you see some of these kids, like they can barely shake your hand. And I mean, today is shit. People are afraid to shake each other's hand or whatever. Right. So I think that sales is enormous. I think that you'll always have a job if you get really, really good at sales and you can kind of write your own paycheck. That's my personal opinion. Right. And I'm slightly biased on that, but I think that even if I could start over and have a blank slate, that's what I would do. All right. So guys, I want to share something new. If you are an agency owner, okay, who's not satisfied with where you're at in life and in business, The opportunity right now, as I was just discussing, is absolutely massive. Why have we been able to scale and continue staying scaled and do this year in and year out? And why are we on a massive upswing right now with our agency, right? Like, you guys got to listen up, because the opportunity is absolutely massive, right? And not just for me, right? It's for a ton of other people that I've worked with. We've got, Jeff here who hit 10K MR in 90 days. We've had Hervanu who closed 5K client in 2 weeks, doubled their business, right? From 15K to 50K, right? Working with another coach for 4 months, no results, 3 weeks in, first client, right? 20 sales calls a month, $500 a month to 30K a month on what I'm about to share with you. Okay. And we got Aaron over here who's able to close 4 new clients in your first 60 days. Why? Because the opportunity is freaking massive. Okay. And then we've got Mike over here who's picked up 15 reoccurring clients and a bunch of other projects as well. Okay. With all the stuff that I'm about to share with you. And why are they crushing it? Why is the opportunity so massive right now? And it's because you may have heard about this little thing called the SaaS agency. Okay, the SaaS agency gold rush, it's upon us, all right? And I talk about this in group. I've made posts about it. I've done trainings on it. I've been all over it for the last 6 months. It has revolutionized our business. Our retention rate has gone up. Our closing rates have gone up. Our offer creation rates have gone up. My visibility into our clients' results have gone up. Their results have gone up. Like, we just got another testimony yesterday of someone 11 to 1 over the last 9 months, okay? And what was one of the keys as to why? Here's a screenshot from inside my account. I don't use Stripe for account, because this was before Stripe was even popular, but anyways, we've got $10 million, okay? $10 million in our account, right? And why? Because of the SaaS agency, right? This has been such an enormous part of our growth over the last year. It's insane. And why do I expect to be able to double this very, very soon? In the next 18 months, we're going to double this because of SaaS agency. So with that being said, guys, I do want to talk about the SaaS agency Forge. All right. We do have a consulting program here. It helps a ton of people. It is all about turning your agency into a SaaS model or launching your SaaS agency, right? If you were struggling at getting clients, if you're struggling at getting clients results, if you're struggling at offer creation, differentiation, now is the time. This is the gold rush. It will not be here forever. I've been talking about this. This will not be here in 18 months. We need to capitalize on the opportunity now. The world moves quickly, right? So what do you get inside of this program? You got snapshots, you get step-by-step templates, you've got full-blown offer creation, including my exact pitch deck that I personally brought in 9 clients selling very part-time, myself personally, this month, right? For over $90,000 in revenue, just myself. And that's just stacked on our other stuff, right? I'm actually out there giving you guys my exact pitch decks, my exact offer creation. We go over the tech setup. I give you the snapshots for my agency, as well as for exactly what we do for clients, how to utilize it, how to do all that good stuff, right? We've got inbound ads trainings, right? So basically we teach you how to run and get your own Facebook ads in clients and inbound. As you guys probably see my ads all the time, I'm constantly running ads. It's one of my specialties. It's another skill set that I've developed that I didn't really talk about, was media buying, right? I'm getting really, really good at that. We've got 8 modules on everything you need to scale, grow your agency, get started, book appointments, close deals. You get a one-on-one consulting call with me. You get 4 group coaching calls a week, prospecting, sales, 2 calls with me per week, private Slack mastermind, right? So we've got everything you need inside of here. I already went over some of the results. I'm not going to go over the bazillion other results. I can drop them here later, right? But on top of that, like, here's the thing, like, here's the key, guys. It's the exact templates and frameworks that I've used to scale to 8 figures and beyond. Okay. Literally everything's in here. I just take it straight from my agency, put it inside this program, right? I believe that you should be an agency owner to run a consulting and coaching program. I don't know if that's a crazy idea, but that's what I believe. And I'm always sharing what's up to date, what's working, what's not, real, tangible, actual things, right? And right now I want to actually offer a no risk 7-day trial. Okay. Because I believe that in order for you to make the right decision on whether or not you want to be inside of a program or work with somebody, you should be able to peek behind the hood. Okay. Peek behind the hood. Let's just say I've never had anyone take me up on this, but I want to offer to you no risk 7-day free trial. All right. And we are taking calls right now. We have a few spots available to bring people in, right? I can't take on, we can only bring on, about 5 people a week right now, just because I'm currently doing the one-on-one stuff myself for one-on-one calls. But I'm going to drop this here in the chat if you guys are interested in jumping on a call with me, talking deeper about what we're able to do, how we're able to scale your agency, scale your business. I have helped countless people scale, grow, get to the next level, right? And I'm going to share a couple of quick stories on that just so you guys understand, because I know that there's a lot of skepticism out there. I know that a lot of you guys have worked with other programs. Maybe you feel like you've seen it all, whatever it might be. So I'm just going to kind of go through some of the stuff really quick, right? So we have Joey here, 11 months, no clients, no profit, 5 clients, 12K in revenue, 31 days into the program, 5K a month into 15K a month. I showed you guys some of these. Passion, blah, blah, running my agency to OK Success, and in 6 weeks, double my revenue. Customize the templates over in the program for 18 days, got my investment back. Don't have an easy niche either. Lyle got to set multiple 7 figures. Scott's gotten a multiple 7 figures. Philip hit like 300K a month. 4 clients. I think you guys get the point, right? And I could go on and on and on. Like, I mean, this page just goes on for days with wins and results and trainings and all that good stuff, right? And I mean, I'm not just talking small stuff. We're talking big things as well. So we've got a lot of, opportunity here. The opportunity in the space is enormous right now. And I wanted to offer you guys a no risk 7-day free trial. Okay. We're offering that for the next week. Okay. So book your call now because we only got limited slots available in regards to that, but wanted to bring that up. Also happy to answer any questions right now. And hopefully you guys got some good stuff from the training. Okay. So with that being said, let's book a call, guys. If you guys have any questions, what we want to do is what we'll do on the call is we're just going to break down, and also you're going to have a strategy session. We're going to talk about turning your agency into a SaaS, whether it's a good fit, all that good stuff. And then you're going to be offered, the no risk 7-day trial to jump in, join the program, come in and get results, right? People come in and get results immediately. All right. So Alex offers mortgages. If you had to learn sales and marketing, Nick, who would you learn it from? Alex, that's a great question. It really depends. It really depends. Sales and marketing are very, very broad terms. Okay. So like, it just depends and what you were looking for, right? I personally I love training salespeople and marketing people, especially when they're looking at growing agencies and building that. I've got a ton of trainings on those. Who have I learned a lot from? I love Oren Klaff, Pitch Anything. For marketing, Russell Brunson is the best marketer, like, alive, probably. So I love him for marketing stuff, but it really just depends on what you're trying to do. So like when I'm looking for mentorship, if I'm looking for programs, it's like, what problem am I trying to solve? Right. So like I reached out to Frank Kern for very specific reasons because I wanted to talk about offers and offer creation and a bit more about how he structures things. So that guy's like the king of putting out offers and crushing it. Right. I wanted to learn from Alex Becker about webinars and sales pitches via webinar. Right. I learned from Russell Brunson a bazillion things, but funnel creation, build outs, all that good stuff. Right. And so it really just depends on what you're looking to do. Are you looking to get very specialized knowledge? Or are you looking to get more, generalized knowledge where you can, implement quickly, but maybe not go as deep, right? Cool. Dano, awesome. Glad you got some good value. James King Baskin, my man. Love it. Cool. Any other questions or anything, guys? Couple things that I will share. We will be back next week. I'm going to be back on our weekly kick here. I would have been on the road a little bit. I'm going to be back. Got a lot of updates to share for you. We've been bringing in a lot of clients. We've been really, really going deep with the SaaS agency model, both for how we're getting client adoption, results from clients, how I'm selling it, right? All kinds of good stuff that we've been working on and that I'll be sharing with you guys over the coming weeks. Now, like I said, though, if you want the actual scripts, templates, step-by-step, multiple coaching calls a week, book a call. The link is right there inside the training. Book a call below, and we'd love to talk with you and help you scale and be one of the next success stories. Like I said, I just showed you a boatload of testimonials. We've got so much more. All that good stuff. The name for the sales coach, it was Oren Klaff. And honestly, Alex, it was just the book, right? So like, I don't even know about his coaching. I just know that his book is fantastic. Cool. Well, here's the last thing that I'm going to leave you with, guys. In regards to scaling, growing your business, taking things to the next level, so much of this is mindset and following the proven frameworks. The reason why I put the SaaS agency program together, the SaaS agency Forge out there, is to give you that framework to help you skip the time it normally takes in order to get going, right? Like I want a year with no clients. I want to help you guys skip that, really move faster with it. And if I didn't have people who were helping me along the ways, I would never be there. It's a passion project for me, right? My main income source is the agency. That's where we're really looking and growing and scaling. I'm an agency owner first and foremost, just like you. And with that, the last thing that I'll leave with, guys, is stick with it. Right? Regardless of whether you jump on a call or join the program or, want to double your agency and really get a chance to take a look at the no risk free trial and all that type of stuff. Like, Stick with it. Perseverance is enormous. It is so key. It is not easy in this game. I see a lot of agency owners give up. Oh, I'm going to go to a different niche, or I'm going to try a different business model. Like, that's not the answer. Different niche or different business model is not the answer. Okay. I can tell you guys right now with 100% certainty that this model works. I've seen it over and over again. And I just showed you guys 1,000 testimonials literally that we have from people that I've worked with who've come in inside the program and actually crushed it, right? So whether you get in the program or not, doesn't really matter. Just know that the program or that the agency model works, especially if you do it correctly, right? And you can keep clients longer, you can help them. And it's honestly the best place for you to make your first 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000. So with that being said, Alex, of course, my man. Great to see you. Great to see everybody back on the live. Love everyone jumping in. Tag me if you have any questions in the group. Tag me if you got me here. I'll be back within the next week for sure with a new full-blown training, everything we've got going on. Love all of you guys. Hope everyone is absolutely crushing it. Let's get after it. Book a call if you guys are interested in scaling your agency, and we will talk soon. See you guys later.